Hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. I appreciate you guys being here. Welcome back again. Remove the source. All right. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Hey, Maman. Hey, Code Bam. What's going, man? What's going, Tim? Welcome back in, dude. Queuing in for the late night. You staying awake tonight, Tim, or are you going to sleep? All right, let's get going here. All right, cool, guys. Thanks so much for being here and joining me. Welcome in. Sorry, long day today. I had to do my coding assessment, so I had a coding assessment I had to take and do this afternoon. It wasn't like really like super like official, I guess, like in terms of like being timed or whatnot, officially. But yeah, I had a take home assignment. There we go. We're back. There we go. We're back. All right. Ooh. Okay, let's go ahead and get into today's session. Yeah, I think my connection timed out. Well, we're good now, I think. All right, sorry, you guys. So it's been quite the day for me so far. I've already done a lot of coding today, so I had to do a assessment. So for you guys that are what's going on in my chat? Chat. Here we go. Yeah, so I applied to a software engineer chemistry position and actually did get a recruiter screening. I moved past that, which was really, really nice. So lucky me. And then we had a take-home assessment that I had to complete within 24 hours. So I had it was given to me on Friday night, and about 2 o'clock today, I started it. I finished around 4 o'clock, and so yeah, it took me about 2 hours to do, and it wasn't too bad. It was pretty, a lot of similar stuff that we've done so far in our projects actually. File stuff and plottage and all that kind of jazz. So I'm not sure. I don't really know how much detail to share. I don't want to get in trouble or whatnot, but I like to be transparent with you guys too. So I don't know. I had never done this before. Never done this before. So yeah, we submitted that. I went through and tried cleaned up all my code and added doc strings and comments and type hints and all the jazz and cleaned it all up and made it look nice and pretty and sent it on over and added a little readme in there too to just kind of say, this is my approach, this is what I did, and yeah, so it's pretty cool, I guess. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know what happens with that, but if that's the case, then we need to, what we need to keep doing, you guys, is we have to keep grinding, unfortunately, the LeetCode. Oh boy. We've got to keep grinding the LeetCode. Why did it make me sign in? What's going on? Why is it making me sign into all my stuff again? So, if we move on to the next portion of the of the story, right? If we unlock the next level of the story mode, then we have to do a coding problem in front of somebody. Ugh. Oh my god, dude. Let me tell you guys, I was nervous enough just coding by myself on an assessment, right? Now, like, I just get really nervous. Like, I'm just being completely honest. Like, I just get really nervous. Like, I get really tense. My body just starts to, like, really freak out. And then after it's done, I just kind of, like, crash. So once I finished at 4 o'clock, once I finished and submitted the assessment, I just like sat on the couch and I could not really move. I was just done for. I was just like, oh, I'm just so wiped out. Like I'm just so anxious and like tied up. And if you guys have some good remedies for, for any guys have some good wisdom regarding your coding interview, how to handle the stresses. Honestly, I know it's like inevitable, right? It's like there's nothing you can do if you don't know something. Like it is what it is, right? You're not gonna figure it out on the spot, but you're not gonna learn it on the spot. Really, it's like the chance of that is pretty low. But it's just, oh, I don't know. I guess I just freak out a little bit, you guys. Okay, so we need to. The next step is a coding problem a lot in front of a current engineer. So we're gonna have to practice the LeetCodes here, guys. Alright, here we go. Don't give me a hard, come on. I'm not solving a hard tonight. I earned it. I did something already. A medium tree problem? Dude, there's no way. There's no way. You have an infinite binary tree where every node has two children. The nodes are labeled in row order. In the odd number rows. The first, third, fifth, etc. Labeling is left. Yeah, right. If we get that one, then we're done for. No. Okay, I'm gonna use my one pass of the night. Oh. Okay. So these are our stickers. Our target is the hat. You have to take this. You have an EH? No, you don't. Oh, but how do you do it fast? That's the question. This one's kind of interesting, right? It's not that, it doesn't seem too crazy at the question, right? Yeah, but there's a... In all test cases, all words are chosen randomly from 1,000 most common U.S. English words. And target was chosen as a concatenation of 2 random words. Okay. So this is impossible. There's no B. Okay. Okay, so stickers. So the goal of this problem, this is a hard problem. I don't know how long we'll give this a shot. I want to think about it here for 5 minutes. It popped up, right? We're just doing random shuffle. If you think about it, like we can iterate through the words on our stickers, right? These are our stickers. And we need to cut them. Like if you ever cut like newspapers up to make like cool little lettering, it's the same kind of principle. That's right, we're trying to make a custom word with our stickers. Right, so we need to basically take slices of the string and piece together this word. Now, how can we do that efficiently? That's the question, right? Can we do this just in a single pass? So I mean, like target, like we're first looking for a T. If we hit a T in our first pass, right? Then let's just like continually move until we break out and get a piece of it, right? So this one would extract the T and the H, and that would extract it out. Then we would obviously need an E, so it would probably come from there, right? So we could take the E from there. We'd obviously need another H. Oh, you can use stickers more than once if you want. And you have infinite quantities of each sticker. Oh. So I guess we want to go like word by word and fill up as many characters as we can with the word. But the thing is the efficiency portion, or like we want to override for things that take longer place, right? So like we would pick up with, we would evaluate, okay, it has WTH, and that would take care of this character. Okay. Let's not get crazy now, guys. Let's not get crazy now. We just wanted to think about it. Okay, here we go. Create an array wrapper that accepts an array of integers in its constructor. Oh, this has to be JavaScript or TypeScript. Ooh. Got lucky there, boys. What is it doing to me here, man? You start the string pointer. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. What, using arrays to like move in a game? Holy cow, some of these problems get crazy. Okay, let's stop here. Given an array of positive integers nums and positive integer target, return the minimal length of a subarray whose sum is greater than or equal to the target. If there's no such subarray, return 0. 2. Okay, so we definitely need a sliding window here. And a what's it called? What's it called? Oh, what's it called? What's it called? Like the exhaustive search, but it's like Okay, so given an array of positive integers, we need to find a subarray that has the minimal length and the problem constraints. Greater than or equal to target. Okay, so you get a match. You hit here. Okay, that's length of 3. That's 6. That would take you over. Okay, so let's think here. Yeah, so we have to preserve order though. That's the thing. So we would need to create a window that opens up, right? And then it'll continually move the window open until we get this. Or if we get it, then we save that length. Okay, so let's say so what are our goals here? We want to use sliding window to expand saving okay, so right, so we're saying is equal to I is equal to 0, say for I in the range. So on. Okay, so for I in the range of n less than 1, we're going to set while j okay, so minimum subarray length. J, do we want to start j at the beginning, j equals to 0? And then say, or is j equal to I? J is equal to 0. We start this loop. We're going to say while window sum is equal to 0. While j less than n. If window, let's go. So an add. So let's add the current character to the window, right? So we're going to say j is equal to 0. We're going to say let's add j to nums index j we want to nums index of j. Okay, we're going to add j to the window sum. Okay, add j to the window sum. If window sum equal to target, we're going to say length dot append. We're gonna append j less than I. If it's greater than or equal to target, we're gonna append j less than I. Okay, and then if it's equal to it, I'm going to move to the next number. Expand a window from there. Hey MD, how's it going, man? Okay. Let me grab my piece of paper here. Let's try to solve this one. You guys are trying to solve this one with me. Let me know what your thought process is. Don't spoil or give anything away. We don't like that. We like to solve it. But let me know what your guys' thinking is regarding it. So we need to iterate over the array. So if we have the array is 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, right? Then this is my array of numbers, right? So my first pass, I is going to be here at 0. So I is going to be here, and so J is going to be here as well. Okay, J is going to add 2. So our window sum equals to 2. Okay, J is going to move forward to the next portion, to the next number, 3. Okay, it's going to do the check. Oh no, so it's going to add the number. So our window sum is equal to 5. So this gets the window sum. If the window sum is this, else right, we're going to while j is less than n, if target else, we'll go j plus plus equal 1. Okay, so you get 5. Okay, and then j moves forward again to the 1. Window sum becomes 6. Okay, you loop again to the next number of 2 and index 3. J is there. Right? Window sum becomes equal to 8, which is greater than or equal to target, right, which in this case is 7. So 8 will be added to the links list. Okay, so what do we want to do now if we find an array that is, we want to see if there's one that's smaller than this array, right? So if we move forward, we have an array now of size 4, like a sub window of size 4 with the values of 2, 3, 1, and 2 in them for a total value of 8, giving us a length of, sorry, not 8, of 4, my bad. Okay. So then what do we want to do? So this is what my notes look like so far. So what my notes look like so far here. You can take a pause here if you want. Okay. So what do we want to do though? What do we want to do? If we find a number that is right, we want to shift the array forward, and then that'll move the array to 3, 1, 2, and 4, giving us a value of 4, 4, plus 2 would be 6, plus, so 10, which is valid. And that would have the same size, right? So you would need to reduce until you either go below the target or, okay. Okay, so we're going to then say if it's greater than or equal to the win target, then we're going to append the current length of this, right? And then we'll increase j, else increase j forward. If this, then we're going to break out of this loop, and then will move forward. Okay. So then what I'll say here, so you found a valid target. So you need to go window sum less equals the nums array at index of I, right? We need to take out the I value because we're going to shift it forward. And then we're also going to take out, this is going to be added on the next loop, which is j. Okay, so I think that's fine. So we take out then the value of 0, of the 2. So now we have 3, 1, 2, and 4, which is 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 4 is 10. 10, that hits our target, so that currently that will pass in here. This will hit, and this will append 4. So let me do this. Let me make lengths a set. And let's go dot add this number. And then what I'll say so if window sum is greater than target, and if length, and if hold on, length is gonna be a set, so we can get quick access to it. If window so I'm gonna say length here actually is equal to j less than I. So I'm going to say here, I'm going to say if length, right, is less than, or is equal, is in lengths, right, then we're not going to add it. We're going to while j is less than or is greater than while window sum is greater than well, the window sum, right, we need to move j backwards until the window sum is satisfied again as being lower than the target or at target. So while the window sum is greater than the target, we're going to continually remove the value from window sum less equals nums index of j, and then we'll say so that'll reduce window sum until we go backwards. Okay, so now what do we write here? Smallest array is 1. Hey Douglas, how's it going? Welcome in, Eduardo. Welcome in, MD Explains. Okay, so we need to move so while the window sum is greater than target, so while window sum is greater than the target, we need to move the window sum down and then say j less equals by 1 as well. and j is greater than or equal to, we don't want to go past I, right? So we want to have j stay in front of I. So we'll reduce j down until we get to a point. Okay, so now what's going to happen is on our next pass, I is going to, so we're going to catch up here. I is going to move forward. I is going to move forward to the 3, right? J is still on the 2. Yeah, J is still on the 2. No, I think J needs to move forward no matter what. Sliding windows are kicking my buns, dude. Okay, so if I moves forward, it would encompass those 4 values, length of 4 right now, right? So we need to move I forward. So now I is on the 3. Right, I is on the 3, index 1. J is still on that 2. No, because J, if it is greater than the target, then we're going to get a length. If the length is in the lengths, then we're going to continually reduce J down until we if lengths wow. Okay, if Windows and so if it's in the target, then we're going to save the length. Okay. We're going to save the length if it's currently in there. If the length is in lengths, else we're going to do this here. Okay. And then if length is in lengths, while the window sum is greater than the target, so we'll say if window sum is equal to target here, we're going to call this here, right? And then I am using 2 pointers. I'm using I and J. I'm using 2 index pointers here. So j is my right side, so I'm moving j downward. Okay, so if the length is in length, then while the window sum is greater than target and j is greater than I, we're going to reduce window sum by j and bring j down. And then, but once this breaks, if we have a value there, we're going to save it. Okay. So then this is going to So now we're still in this loop here. While j is greater than n. We want to break here, I believe. We would want to stop this because we found a length. We need to move that smaller window forward via here. Because we're reducing it by I. Interesting. So then if I return the min lengths, I'm probably going to have some errors here. We'll find out. This got hit out and -1. Excluded. So j should, well, j is less than n. Just increase j and then try to do this. J is less than n. So I is going to go up to, n is 6. I is going to go up to 5 excluded, so 0 through 4. J should go to 5. Else, I think we should break here. Had this loop. Here. So let's walk through this. Okay. I is going to become 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. J will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. While j is less than n, so j will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. N is 6, the length of numbers. We're going to get a window sum. So in the first pass, window sum is 0, which is not greater than or equal to target. So we're going to go here and also increase. So we added window sum already. So window sum goes here. So window sum is index of j, which would be 0 at first. So 2 goes to window sum. Okay, this will keep going. J will come to here. It will be evaluated at 3, 6, 8. This I'm going to take my function here. I'm going to go to my LeetCode practice. I'm going to go here and do 209. Yeah, I solved the take code problem today, George. So we're practicing here for the next round. Okay, so I'm gonna paste my code into here, and we're gonna do some debugging here. So I'll say print the links. Right. So I'm gonna go here, say nums is equal to an array here, and target is 7. Yeah, George, we're practicing, we're grinding here. Nums is equal to 7. So I get an index in here. I want to get a debugger here going right here. Okay, Windows sum is 2. J is 0, which is less than n, so we enter into this loop. J is 1, Windows sum is 2. So that got added. Didn't get it because it's not greater than it's getting hit with this. So that's why. So we're going to keep going. Windows sum is still 2. Windows sum is still 2 this whole time. Why isn't it? J. Windows sum equals 0. Windows sum equals 0. Windows sum goes to 2. Oh, I'm stuck in here. Okay. So let's add. Let's throw this here. Let's restart. Windows sum becomes 2. Windows sum becomes 5. Windows sum becomes 6. Windows sum becomes 8. Okay, here we go. So now we go into here, right? The length, we get the length here, which is going to be 3. So it's not 3, it should be 4. So J is so this should be +1. J is going to be here, which is 3. So let's restart. Going, and we're Windows sum 8. Here we go. Now I is equal j, length goes to 4. If length is in length, which it's not, so we get to add it into there. Windows sum, we break. I gets moved forward. J is 3 still, which is still less than n. Okay, so now we're adding the value of j is 3, Windows sum is 6. We're going to add the value of j of 3 here, which we already did before. Okay, so then we need to have not j, let's just have j always go forward, right? We need j to always move forward. So let's restart. Goes, Windows sum is 5, Windows sum is 6, Windows sum is 8 here. Now this hits. This is going to add 4 to our lengths. And 3. Why? Hey, thanks for the follow, Zerok. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, sir. Nice, Gabriel. Bachelor's in Biochem. That's awesome, man. I was doing just random shuffles. It's kind of fun that way. Okay. Let's keep going here. Windows sum is 8. Length is 4. Add the length. Let's restart. Okay, so we add the length there, which is 4. So add length here. Okay, so we add length there. 8, length equals 4. That adds the 4. Perfect. Okay, now that hits there. I moves forward and so did J. J did not move forward. It's broke. This moves J forward, but we also want to have J move forward here. If it doesn't equal to target, matter what, we're going to break though. Here. Okay, so let's restart. So 6, 8. Break there. J goes up to 4. Window sum is 10. Okay, we take a length. Length is still 4, which it's in. So if it's else, if it's in, we're going to enter this loop now. Okay, so it's in here. So J is 4, I is 1. We're going to reduce window sum down by J. So window sum becomes 6. J goes down to 3. Window sum is less than 7, which is the target. So we're going to exit out of this loop. We're going to do this test if target sum, right? Which it's not. So we're going to break, move J forward. Sum is 10 with a length of 3 here between get the length of 4, add it, break, we move forward, we reduce J down, J goes up by 1. Make this 4. Window sum is 6 here. From I2, J4. Should be window sum should be 7. So now becomes 10 because we added this value here. Well, I is on the, what is I on? I is on 2. So it should be 7 for a total value here. We have to reduce, no matter what, we need to reduce. Window sum I here. So let's just remove those from there no matter what. So this will break. Zero. 4 gets added. Window sum is currently 8. I goes forward. I is 1. Window sum is currently 6, which is 3. And 3 is perfect. It's 10. Length is 4. We reduce it down. 6. Which is less than. Break. Reduce window sum by I, which goes down to 3. I is at 1. Now I is at 2. J is at 4. Break. So it goes out to 5. So 2, 3. Printed. I think I might have it. Took a lot of thinking here, a lot of quiet processing. Oh. Okay. I really don't care if watching LeetCode stresses you guys out. It's such a dumb thing to say. All right, closing chat for that one. Okay. Okay, so I'm at the point here, we've been going for an hour. Let's go here, let's talk through our reasoning. Hello, I would like to talk through my reasoning regarding LeetCode 209. I don't want to see any code, I just want to explore my current understanding and see if I am on the right track and what I need to learn to improve to move forward with this problem. Here is my current attempts. I'll say, I am thinking that I need to use a sliding window that will expand and contract on the target as a threshold, where you move I forward and reduce and increase J. Reduce and increase J as needed to bounce either smaller, equal, or larger than the target, saving lengths on equal hits, equal or larger hits. Okay, I like that prompt. Let's go ahead and learn what we can do to better understand a sliding window stuff here. Thanks for being clear about your request and wanting to reason this out. You're reasoning what you're getting right. Sliding window recognition. You're absolutely right. This is a classic sliding window problem. You notice that the key is to find contiguous subarrays whose sum is at least the target, and the sliding window technique is the optimal approach here. Adjusting the window dynamically. You're also correct to think about expanding and contracting the window and growing it until you hit or exceed the target, then shrinking it to try and find the minimal length that satisfies the condition. Storing lengths is valid. The idea of tracking lengths and returning the minimum is logically sound for this problem. This problem, given an array of numbers of positive integers and an integer target, return the minimal length of a contiguous subarray of which the sum is greater than or equal to target. If there is no such subarray, then return 0. Oh, whoops, I was supposed to return 0. My bad. So fundamentally, all numbers are positive, which guarantees that once the sum exceeds the target, moving items from the start of the window will always shrink the sum. Because the monotonicity, no negative numbers, a sliding window works beautifully. You won't accidentally remove a value and suddenly have to re-add it because you overshot. Let's break down your code into pieces and talk through the behaviorals. Outer loop over I, inner loop over j. You're iterating I over as the start and then growing j to find the window sum. This is valid in brute force or partial brute force strategy, but not quite optimal. What this does for each I, you increase j, you keep increasing j to whatever it left off, trying to reach the target. Then you subtract nums index I from the window shrink left and j, but that's increment a potentially problematic. You're managing the sum window carefully, while logic is somewhat tangled. Some of the conditions like this feel overcomplicated, especially since the core idea is to find the smallest length that satisfies the condition. Tracking all lengths, checking if you've seen them before adds overhead you don't need. Use a set to track lengths. Functionally okay, but not necessary. All you really want is the smallest length, so you can just keep track of a min length rather than a set, right? Okay, that's true. We can just keep track of a min length variable and override that. Got you. Because j is globally incremented and sometimes gets reset or overlaps unnecessarily, you're accurately made. Okay. So I haven't looked at the next steps moving forward, things to consider. So let's just think about that so far. So right off the bat, something that comes to my mind is once I find an array that that satisfies the requirement, all I need to do is take that array, at least from the starting point, right, and shrink it until it's no longer satisfied, and then move that array forward, potentially. So what I mean by that, let me pull out my whiteboard. Hey, how's it going, Shamello? Thanks for coming in on Twitch. Appreciate you for joining me here. How's it going, Colonel Developer? I like that name. All right, let's try something again. So let's say if I move the array forward. Oh, this is brutal, but it's gonna have to happen here. This is a lot of work. Okay. Let's do this. Let's start. Can we start J from the back? I have an idea. Could I initially start J from the back and find the max array size that satisfies the target, and then move I forward at that size, seeing if anything is smaller. Then using that new array size and so on. You're suggesting to start with the largest window j at the end of the array and see what the full array or larger window meets the target sum. If it does, try to move the I forward, shrinking from the left, checking to see if you can find a smaller valid window. Each time you find a valid window, you reduce the window size. What you're considering to keep. What's good about this approach or priorities, or it might get tricky. Okay, so it's an interesting idea. So let's try like I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0. We'll say min length is equal to 0. I'll say current sum is also equal to 0. Okay. Let's say while I less than n, let's go current sum plus equals to num's index of j. If current sum is let's go while current sum less than or equal to less than target and j is less than n, we're going to take this value, update current sum for every j. We'll say if current sum is greater than or equal to, so this will break until we get a value. So I'll say if, so I'll say length is equal to j less than I plus 1 if length less than min length I don't honestly, and this needs to be like the length of nums at the start, right? So if the length is less than min length, then min length becomes the length. Okay. So this will continue to update J until we reach a portion that satisfies the requirement. Right? So then let's go ahead and we need to have J increase as well to satisfy this loop condition and get this loop to move to the next portion. Okay, so if the length, okay, so if it's not, right, if it's not less than min length and it satisfies the condition, what do we want to do? We want to move I forward by 1. But we need to reduce current sum by num's index of I. And then does J go forward like every single time? That's like, so you expand end forward until sum. Once the sum is equal to target. Oh, so you can have, is this a thing in Python? It's in the math module. So okay, that's what, so we need a value that's greater than, okay, let's go like this actually. Let's just set, we don't need this, I don't think. Let's just set actually this to the length of nums plus 1, right? Let's just make it 1 greater than the length of nums, and so that if you get a length of the entire length, then you can still override. And then we can return if it's less than or equal to. Okay, so now that we have, this will increase J until we get a valid value. Once we get a valid value, length, so we got 8 with a length of 4, right? It's going to reduce the current sum by I, so reduce out that, so it becomes 6. I increases. And we've already accounted for that by adding that value on J, so we don't need to do that. And then you just evaluate. That'll be 2, 3, 4 plus, so it'll be 6. So this doesn't have, so this will take place. J will go forward to the 4 to make 10. We'll see how that is a length of 4, so that doesn't satisfy it. But that does satisfy it, but we already have this. This won't be satisfied. So then we'll move I forward and remove the I. So now we have 7 with a length of 3. So that'll override. and then j, and then it'll move I forward. So now we have 6 for 2 and 4 together. It'll move j forward to the 3. That gives us 7 to 9 for the total. That satisfies this. We break out of that, and we hit this. We have a length of 3 there. So we already have a min length of 3 currently. So we would move on by moving I forward to the 4 and reducing the 2 out to give us to 7, which currently says, okay, I think this is a good answer. So let's go ahead and return the min length if min length less than or equal to length of nums. Else 0. Okay, we'll do this. Ah, crap. So J will go forward to the end. Hey Shamela, sorry I didn't answer your question. Yeah, I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I work as a formulation chemist for a biotech company where I make biological controls. I have to balance kind of more advanced, biological assays, and using kind of like matrix formulation to kind of balance and predict theoretical yields of concentrations of large-scale products, and then output those and perform them, actually build those in the lab. Yeah, that's kind of my current role, and I've been just learning how to program, and yeah, it's been fun. Okay, so I feel like we're really close. Three. Really? So this is taking a length as soon as this breaks. So if this never breaks... Okay, got you. So this is always going to the end. If this hits all the way until the end, so what do we need to do here, though? We need to prevent this from... So if this goes all the way to the end and doesn't find it satisfactory... I think... I'm confused why this is giving us an output of 3. So this will say, this will pick up the 2. Here. It'll sum up until these values here. 5, 6, 8, right? Length of 4 gets hit here. So if J if J is equal to the n minus 1, then do we want to just move I forward? Well, no, you didn't find any, right? So if J is equal to n, okay, so let's get rid of this then. We'll say here, if J is equal to n less than 1. Hey, Sky, don't be scratching on the door. Gina, did you take her outside? Did you take her outside? Scared of the fireworks? Come on in. Don't be scared of the fireworks. Come on in. Everybody's scared of the fireworks. No, don't be scared of the fireworks. No. Okay, so we're saying so if J is equal to n less than 1, then we want to break out of this loop because like that means that we found we're going to get the current sum of the last value. If J n less than 1, what do we want to do here? Like if the window is the entire capacity and you don't find, and this still isn't satisfied, then we want to return 0, right? Just right off the bat. So this will just return min length, right? If you're not satisfied. I mean, wrap it in parentheses. Still get the same output. to end this one. And you're still within this loop. So I can say and. Right. So that gives me 3 now. Okay, so okay, I feel like we're pretty close here, maybe. Let's see. Oh, my music stopped. Where'd my music go? Where's this music? Please don't stop the music. Okay, I'm gonna go here on my current attempt here. I haven't done it in a while. So let's say here is my current attempt. Again, no code. Just help me learn the sliding window and where I am going wrong. Okay, so it might just be as simple as just a length issue, an off by 1 error. After finding a valid window. You check the length. Okay, and then you say, we're gonna do another one of these. Basically, I don't know, that seems kind of strange. We'll see. So we're gonna take, while the current sum is greater than the target, we're going to reduce I out of the current sum if, okay, we'll reduce I out of the current sum and then increase I, right? We increase I, then while current sum is greater than the target, we take the current sum and we reduce it by what is at the current value of index of I, and then we increase I forward. Now we'll say if current sum equal to if current sum is equal to the target, then we're going to do this check here, basically. Right? But we might just be able to save automatically because it probably is smaller. still doesn't break. Infinite loop here. Okay, so we need to loop over and increase j until we reach a value greater than the target. Greater than or equal to the target. Okay? Once we break out of that, we found a length we're going to save. Okay? We then reduce I from the current sum and increase it. Okay. So then current sum will be reduced by the current value of I. I will increase to here. We say and I less than or equal to j. We're going to increase I until that point. Infinite loop still. So where are we not breaking out of? Let's take a learning lesson here. Let's see. I am having some looping issues. Let's see if I can get pointed into that direction here so I can learn from that. Modifying I inside the string loop by not moving j forward. No. Removing the while. Might call it here, boys. It's been a long day. We already solved a take-home problem thing, like it was like a big kind of script thing we had to write. It's honestly kind of like one of those CS50 type of homework problems. It's pretty similar to one of those. Okay, I'll give one more attempt here, and then we'll try again another time. Okay, so if I say I need to loop over, let's say like we want to J is going to be our leading, so let's start with J. Range of n, right? We're going to loop over J. We're going to go current sum plus equals nums index of J. Okay, if current sum, so we say, so we're going to add it. So if we don't want to say add, we're going to add it. Say while current sum less than target, we're going to do this and move J forward. Okay. Now, once we found a portion that satisfies this requirement, right? We're gonna add the value of J. So we add the value of J. Okay. So I get the current sum. As J moves forward. Well, current sum is less than the target. We update and move J forward. But J is gonna go up to let's go for I in the range of n. I don't know. I'm really getting stuck here in terms of what's a uses a J. Okay, so if we want to, I think we have it set up correctly for the start. It's basically saying like, when you, okay. So let's think here. So we want to say I'm going to loop over the J. J is going to go up to... So if I don't want to set up a J variable as 0, for J, because J is the one that's going to be moving forward. I is just going to kind of lag behind. So we'll say J is range of n less than 1. We're going to go cur sum index of J while cur sum less than target we're going to sum plus equals, right? It's greater than target. Oh, so if you just continually do this, but then while it's greater than or equal to the target, we're going to reduce this by num's index of I, and then we're going to set I plus equal 1, and then say no, we need to, before we add 1 to I, we have to evaluate on that current I position for the minimum. So if we say min length equals to the min of the min length, or J less than I plus 1, because if we need to add 1, if we want to add 1 for the current difference between those values. So then if you have min length less than first say return do I need to increase? Okay, so let's think about this. So you're going to grab the 2, 3, 1, exists 6, 8. Okay, this is greater than or equal to target. So this is what we're greater than or equal to the target. So we take the min length here. we update the min length, we reduce the current sum, and we increase I. And so then it'll go to here. So now target sum is not greater than or equal, current sum is not greater than or equal to target because we're at 6. This will then increase J forward to here. Now we get 6, 7, 10, which is greater than or equal to target. We get a min length here, which is 4. And then we reduce I down here. Now we get 6, 7, which is a length of 3, which evaluates true to here. So 3 updates here, then this reduces down to here of 6. This breaks, moves J forward. To 9. Spelling error. Ooh, closer now. Okay. I think we need J needs to go to up to N. Oh, come on, baby. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Man, sliding windows are tricky. A lot to keep track of. Okay, so if you're moving, you move the I forward or the J forward until you get to a limit. And then you shrink I down until it's met. And then you move J forward and shrink I down. So you go J forward, shrink I down. I forward, shrink I down. So, and then you'll evaluate on those shrinks if you have a smaller evaluation that's true. And if you don't, okay. Oh boy, we did have to, get a lot of like some pseudocode help and get some prompting, get some, more information about what was going on, which is okay. We're learning here, but that one was a little bit more tricky. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I wanted to also say, for those of you guys that are wanting to work on the Whackathon, I know that there's a lot of, we've gotten a few pull requests. We got one that was like a lot of, data and information, a lot of changes going on. So I don't think I'm going to be merging those guys in, because I want the features to be more aligned with whatever, so everybody's on the same page, right? If I start merging in like mass merges of just changes that nobody really ever agreed upon or knew about, then it might just throw the project out of loop and it probably will die fast. So I highly advise you guys not to, work on changes unless they're kind of, or implement things unless they're kind of more aligned with the entire scope of the project and everyone's on the same page. And it's one of the issues that are in the actual project itself. Other than that, I'm probably not going to be implementing it into the project because, it needs to be more of a group-centered thing. So everybody's on the same page and with everybody that's in the registration, on the Discord and whatnot. So I'll probably will be denying those next stream when we go and work on it. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So make sure, let's just, we'll have to be getting, so when we are working on the Whackathon next, we'll create some more, we'll brainstorm some more ideas and more issues that we want to bring up that people can start to build upon, and then we can tackle those from there. All right, you guys. Sweet. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. A little bit shorter of a stream today. I apologize. I did do already about 2.5 hours or so. I did 2 hours of coding and like a half hour of just like polishing and cleaning of the code for my my take-home assessment or assignment that I had to do for this job interview that I potentially might be getting or coming up, or might hopefully get an interview for a chemistry software engineer position for a startup, which will be pretty cool. So I did already do a couple hours of coding already and worrying about that. So I am pretty beat for today, but I will come back tomorrow for probably, we'll hope maybe go for like 3 hours or so tomorrow. Yeah, so honestly, we'll probably set up hey Douglas, I like that message. So you said, are you gonna make a call or something to decide on the features of the path of the Whackathon project or follow along? Yeah, so just in the Discord here, just message me with, or just put in the Discord chat here. Let's go ahead and actually what we'll do is we'll create a new post here. Call this discussion, right? Discuss project ideas and okay. So for you guys that are registered, let's actually go ahead and get caught up on the registered, get everybody that registered into the private channel here. So let's see who's all registered. 16, nice. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's add them into here. Okay, let's add melodic. Let's add mafia. Let's add N1M. I think we already got him. J Fola. Jeremy wants to join. Nice, Jeremy. Good to have you here. Aurorasaur. We got Opix Wizard. Douglas. We got Tim. I think SG Code. Shax. I think this is Shax. I think we already got him. Done. Okay. So now there should be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. I got everybody. Shax is in here. Let's make sure. think that checks. Okay, cool. I see that people are eager to add features. This will be the place of discussion for agreeing upon said features, style, choices, etc. Let's all try to come to a general consensus. How do you spell that? Consensus. Slash agreement. So everyone is on the same page and can follow along. Code base is here. Alright, cool. So if you have any ideas you would like to implement for those that are new here, my name is Michael. I'm 26 years old. I got a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I have a job as a formulation chemist. I've been teaching myself how to code for a little bit over a year now. I've been going pretty hard and heavy for about 6 or 7 months, about everyday coding, and we've learned a lot in that time. We've solved about 85 or so LeetCode problems. We got about 6 or so projects, and we're currently going down the path of interviewing. So I have a Whackathon project that we are going to be doing as a community. It's kind of an event that I'm hosting to kind of have a community-driven project. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so if you want access to the Whackathon, make sure you guys go to the Whackathon community channel and register using the registration link here. And then I'll add you to the private channel for the summer 2025 Stalker Whackathon event form here. And so we have some various, postings in here. We'll just say clear all. Right, so we have we'll have postings in here like discussion and some other like bugs and whatnot. So the discussions will mainly be taking place on Discord here, not within GitHub. I'm kind of keeping it more like close knit within like the Discord community. I want the people that are working on the project to actually be a part of the Discord community of Programmers by Michael Deming. And so if you want access to the project and have your pull request actually submitted, the ideas and the kind of general features and whatnot need to be kind of agreed upon by the general grouping so far as all 16 of us. Just kind of like all agreed upon about what we want to add and what we want to do, so everyone can kind of follow along the code base easier. Because if we start adding in just like doing pull requests for like 8 different files and like 500 lines of code just off the bat, then people that are new are going to get lost and like left behind really easily. And I don't want that to happen because I myself was and am still new. But especially when I was first learning, if I was trying to join a community project where someone was adding in a bunch of like file features and whatnot right off the jump, and I wouldn't be able to follow along and I would immediately just give up. So like I wouldn't want to participate. So we want to make sure that we keep everybody, no man left behind here on the channel, and it'll still be a cool project either way. Yeah, it might move a little bit slower, but that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. Someone just joined the chat there. That's funny. I'm fine if it moves a little bit slower. I want it to be more of a methodical approach so we can learn more about project management as a team here, how to work as a team. A lot of you guys might be junior devs or current CS majors that maybe have never worked on a team. I have never worked on an actual programming team. I have worked on a chemistry, and I do currently work on a project team where we build chemical products, and we have a very tight knit and schedules and deadlines we have to meet and very advanced planning and whatnot. But this will give us kind of a warm up as to what it really takes to get programmers together to code within the same project together. So I think it'll be a cool experience. But anyways, if you have any questions, please join the Discord and talk to me in the Whackathon community chat or register, and so you can get access to the discussion here, so we can start adding in features. Now that I had that assessment today, so I didn't have much time today to really work on it. Or I did literally like my big chunk of my coding energy today went towards that assessment. And so tomorrow I'll be working on some code for that project. I like to start my project off kind of more object oriented. And so that's what I'll probably be working on, more back end object oriented kind of structuring of data and how I'm going to receive it from users and whatnot regarding like the class structures and stuff. So I'll talk about those in the discussion offline and make some issue review issues for on the GitHub that people can tackle. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and message in the Discord, chat with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I'll try my best to come on a little bit sooner tomorrow as well. Probably have like a daytime stream, a matinee stream, maybe around 11, 12, or 1 o'clock or something like PST. Bree says, what are you learning Python? I have a lot of different resources. I used Harvard CS50 to first start Harvard CS50P. Then I started reading Python Crash Course live on this channel. I read the book live and did the problems live. And so if you want to go back and reference that, some of my very first streams, you can kind of listen to it audiobook style. And then I started reading other books like Fluent Python, Python Machine Learning, which I'm only just getting into, and then Data Structures and Algorithm, which is one of our more bigger books that we read. The first 11 chapters of. We still have about five or so more chapters, but the first 11 was kind of a good enough chunk to get going with some DSA topics, and then we started solving some LeetCode and doing projects, and here we are. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you later, and yeah, message me in the Discord if you want to chat about the Whackathon and the